All right. So what we're doing is we're doing some improv modules with the infinity shape and some other stuff. Staggered 16th note arpeggios through the 1, 3, and 5, and a little bit of that with the 7 on the D chord through the 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 4 split bar, 1, 5, 1 progression, which works for Your Love is Like a Flower and lots of other stuff. Okay, so we're starting with the infinity pattern, and that's in G, starting on the major third, 4th fret of the G. All right, so calling the notes out on the strings: 4th fret of the G, 7th fret of the G, 5th fret of the D, 9th fret of the D, 5th fret of the A, 10th fret of the A, 7th fret of the E, and then the 10th fret of the E. All right, those are the notes for the G infinity shape pattern. The key is to use your middle finger second, then get your ring finger on the 10th fret of the A, and then your ring finger also on the 10th fret of the E. All right, so that's the staggered pattern. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. Okay, so that's the and of 4. So we're going to have one more 16th note, the of 4, which is going to be with our little finger on the E string. All right, that's going to be the full bar. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. All right, now we're going to, so that's one full bar of G. The next chord is C, and we're going to come down from the major third in C through the arpeggio, the regular, 1, 3, 5 arpeggio starting on the high major third. So you got that extension with your little finger. So we're starting from the downbeat here. We've already played one upstroke on the 12th fret of the E. So we're starting on the downbeat. It's going to sound like this. Ending on the and of 4, we're going to add one more 16th note after that. But you got your 1, that's the downbeat, and you're going to move on the upstroke down through the chord. This is your regular C chord right here. So your second note in that bar is going to be the top of the C chord. You get to the bottom of your 3-finger C chop chord, shift down to the 5th fret of the D, 9th fret of the G, 5th fret of the G. Okay, that's it. All right, now we're going to go through the infinity pattern again from the 4th fret, but if we want to connect it to that C bar, you can have one more 16th note, the of 4, and that can be an upstroke on the 4th fret. So you slide your first finger back once you get done doing the C. That's the last 16th note in that bar. Okay, come up through the G infinity pattern again. That's the and of 4. We have one more 16th note in that bar. We're going to use the flat 7 of D, which is the 8th fret of the E, coming down. We're going to play the last 16th note of that G infinity pattern. We're going to modulate it to include the flat 7 of D coming down, the 8th fret. So that's your last 16th note of that bar. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And then we're going to start the D chord. So we've done one bar of G, one bar of C, one bar of G. The next chord is D in this progression. We're going to start that bar on the downbeat of that bar on the 8th fret of the E. Okay, and we're going to come down through the D arpeggio with the flat 7, starting on the flat 7. It's going to sound like this. Those are all the 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Okay. All right, so that's starting on the 8th fret of the E, 5th fret, 9th fret of the A, 5th fret of the A. You slide that first finger back to the 3rd fret, 7th fret of the D, 4th fret of the D, 7th fret of the G, and then finishing on the 5th fret of the G. All right, and we're going to stagger that. Okay, so starting with the downstroke, the downbeat, 8th fret of the E, and then up and a down on each other note. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Okay, so this is what we got so far. This is halfway through. 1, 2, ready, go. G again. D. All right, now we're going to do the G standard infinity, again ascending. Do the C like we did before. And here we're going to have a split bar. So we can start with the first 2 beats of the infinity pattern in G. And then you can drop to the open D for your upstroke. The of 2. 1 E and a 2 E and a. Starting on the 3rd beat of the split bar where it goes to D on the open D, excuse me, on the 4th fret of the D, which is in the infinity shape. 3 E and a 4 E and. That's all we're going to use, those 4 notes of the infinity shape. 3 E and a 4 E and. The of 4 is going to drop down to the 5th fret of the A. All right, so 3 E and a 4 E and a. And this is going to be our ending lick. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. All right, so 10, 5, 8, 7, 5. That's the first part. Do, 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 do. Continuing with your upstroke to the D string, 8th fret. 8, 7, 8, 5. All right. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. And that's the end of it. Okay, so the whole split bar thing. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. All right, so the whole thing going kind of slow. 1, 2, ready, go. Had a couple little technical glitches, but if you get the flow going, it sounds more like this. 1, 2, ready, go. Oh, they tell me your love's like flowers in the springtime, blossom so fair. In the fall when it withers away, dear, and they tell me that's the way of your love. All right. So that is some fun stuff that works nicely in the key of G. You can take all that up to the key of A, play the same thing out of the same shape, just 2 frets higher. All right, so that's some fun stuff. Hope you enjoy it.